down, but I sort of hope they do, because it'd be great if it wasn't 3 up, 3 down. Wolves are so bad that Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton really should be cut adrift. But Wolves are doing really bad. Thoughts on the Arsenal red card? Absolute disgrace, T3. Really was bad. Shocking. People's team is the Commanders, says Kona Jackson. Rebecca says, I love the podcast. You join me on my Monday dog walk. Yeah, be back out again this morning. Not this morning, Monday morning. Check it out on Spotify. Goldwood Saves Football with Will. Commanders rookie Jaden Daniels would be nice, says Quinton. Jackson has to go. Well, I don't. If I speak, I'll be in trouble. I've been saying this to Chelsea fans for so long that you need a proper striker. I think Nicholas Jackson is a good striker. Probably a bench striker these days. You need a striker. You need a I know they don't grow on trees, but these are. Keeper. 1-1. I think there's an offside. Mamouche. You can't. I literally said he needs to learn to stay on side. He's offside again. He's saying check it, mate. You don't need to check it. It's you. You're born offside. Where did Man City buy Mamouche from? Offside. He's miles off again. He needs to learn the offside rules. And the stupid thing is, Bernardo Silva was onside for the bloody tapping. He's just scored from an offside position, but Bernardo Silva was right next to him and he was onside. I've never seen Dexter, no. Watch Bernardo Silva here. Bernardo Silva's miles on. Oh, dear. That should have been 1-0. Just needs to learn the offside rule. He's looked lively. He has looked lively. Probably, you know what it is, debut. Soft says, can you rate in order, Marv? Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones. I never completed Sopranos or The Wire, so I'll just do those 3. Peaky Blinders, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. You know what surprises me? Cole Palmer there against Vardiel. It's amazing, and it's always been the case. I'm not picking on Cole Palmer, but it's amazing how many attackers will jump out of a tackle with a defender. And people will say, well, that's because they're attackers and they're not as physical, but I think it really does come down to the psychological thing. They're bigger than me and they're used to tackling and I might get hurt. Good to see Reece James back playing. Chelsea fan, agree about Jackson. He's not it, says Lloyd. Look, I genuinely think if Chelsea put Isak up front or Arsenal put Isak up front, that's going to give you probably another 5 points, which in a Premier League season is I haven't watched the Penguin, Chris, no.
And it's off. Players here. Do it with flair.
I'm like you, Harron. He says, wait, Reece James is playing. Literally, it was the same. Oh, babushka, 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 yeah, yeah. Right, I've got to start thinking about food here.
Rock it on.
I'm lazy. I go through my previous orders. I've got to change it tonight. The movements off the ball from Mamouche is absolutely elite. Yeah, look, genuinely, this is I've got to say, I said this about Darwin Nunes as well. His movement is incredible. Now, people take his chances. I've always said it's a chance magnet. That doesn't happen by accident. That's a movement. What we've seen from Mamouche. It's very early days. It's very early days. But I wouldn't be worried that he's offside all the time, because that means he's making moves, and Rashford used to do it a lot. Doesn't do any moves now, sat on his arse, but I wouldn't be worried about that from Mamouche. It shows a willingness to make runs, and he can work on them. You still watching the wrestling, Mark? Says Simon. Yeah. Drogba was the last top striker Chelsea had, says Paul. Why is there a 7 PM game tomorrow? Chill. Let me know the answer to that. Let us know. No idea why Man United are playing Fulham at 7 o'clock tomorrow. My only theory is, was it meant to be the 12:30 game, but because it's televised, they've moved it to 7 PM slot. That's the only thing. Saturday night main event on tonight. Is that on Netflix as well? What's your opinion on these 115 charges? That Man City get punished, says Tom. I'm kind of worried that they're going into January and spend money. Yeah, I think that's a sign. They're probably not going to get into trouble, but we'll have to wait and see.
Trouble takes the lives of two.
That's good. Vardiel again, showing his worth. How good is Vardiel going forward for Man City? Chelsea just need to be a little bit careful. I think Man City have been the best team for the last 10 minutes. Half a chance turned into a good chance from Vardiel. Good first touch, outside of the foot with his left foot. His finishing is very good. Obviously that wasn't a great finish. What's your opinion on... Oh yeah, I've done that from Tom. Thank you very much. I'm guessing it was supposed to be 12:30, but United were playing Thursday and TNT wanted to still show it, so they put it at 7 PM. That was my theory, Shane, as well. It's crap on fans, though. 7 o'clock on a Sunday night, you're travelling down to London. What are your thoughts on Bournemouth, says Simon? Hey, mate, I think that Newcastle, they're a very good side anyway, but that Newcastle result last week really catalyst, I think, for everybody to start going. Not only are they a good side, but they're a serious side, and they're a serious threat for the top 6 now. And they play Liverpool next Saturday. I think that's going to be a really interesting game. I'm looking forward to watching it. Sleepy, Mark. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, a good 10 minutes for Man City. Chelsea are playing this offside trap, and it's going to be a goal. 1-1, and it's Vardiel. And I have to say, I applauded Chelsea's high line, but that was an example of a high line that just was a little bit too silly for me. Because Cucurella hasn't got the recovery pace, and I'd say it's a deserved goal for Man City, to be fair. That in the last 10 minutes they've been the better side, but I don't know what they're doing here with this offside trap. And look at Madueke at the top. Madueke's killed them now. I mean, look, it's a good offside trap, but that is absolutely shocking. They're all playing offside, and then the right winger is playing everybody on by 5 yards. So you've got a back 4 playing offside, and he would have been offside, but then Madueke's keeping them all on. And this is the Premier League. And you're away to Man City and you're doing that. It's incredible. Why are you doing that? Really bad. Really, really bad. What do you think is at the core of City's poor form? Love from Colorado. I personally think it's all about the loss of confidence and the massive loss of Rodri. That's my theory. That is terrible defending from Chelsea though, and Madueke. I know he got the goal, but bloody hell. Well, people take the people have a pop at Spurs for high lines. That's just incredible, really. Having said that, Chelsea could have been 2-0 up and should have been 2-0 up. And we did say, to be fair, that they could be in that position again. You know, they should be 2-0 up. Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I've been hugging my pillow. Well, game on, 1-1. I'd fancy Man City in the second half now. You can score too soon, can't you? And Chelsea seem to have just gone into that defensive lapse. They need a good talking to at half time. I think for 25 minutes Chelsea look really good. Last 20 minutes definitely Man City.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
approach half time.
remaining.
You're a medieval knight, sword or armour, which could you beat, rhino or elephant? Mate, it don't matter whether you got armour on. If an elephant treads on you, you're getting squashed even more with that metal. Rhino. I'll step out the way of its horn, and as it goes past, just one swipe, and it's good night. What do you think? I've done that one. Do you think Chelsea should go for Ramsdale when Southampton go down to replace Sanchez, as he's awful? And I love the podcast as RB. Yeah, you're not wrong. Chelsea do need a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper and a striker, definitely. Apart from that, I don't think they've got a lot wrong. I mean, look, if they get Garnacho, he's a good player. But I'd say, look, I don't want Garnacho to go. I want him to stay at Man United. Also, say from the Chelsea point of view, you look at Man City buying Mamouche for 50, and you want to go and get Chelsea Garnacho for 60. Yeah, Garnacho's a good player, and in my opinion, he's cheap at 60 million. But why aren't you buying a bloody striker? There's something about Chelsea that's allergic to buying a striker, and I don't understand why. Even if you think Nicholas Jackson's okay, you still need another striker.
Oh, hell yes. Forward.
I've just been asked the hot water question.
It falls to me to inform you that this barrel is in the bag.
Why is... Yes. Good question. Yes.
30 seconds to battle.
Chelsea playing like cowards, says Alf. Right. What do you think about... Here's a question. I always wanted to know the answer to this question. And I'm sure we've got some Chelsea fans watching, because as far as I'm aware, I don't think there even is a Chelsea YouTube channel, which is, you know, a gap in the market, potentially. What do you think about Madueke Chelsea? Half time. So let's have a look at those. Let's get those stats on the screen. What do you think about Madueke? Look, it doesn't even need to be Chelsea fans. Doesn't need to be Chelsea fans. Like, what is the consensus on him?
To hell and back.
I think he is a typical winger.
Onward.
I think he scores goals, but ultimately, I think there's a real lack of concentration and awareness at times.
After them.
And I think sometimes he can have a great game, and other times I watch him and I go, low IQ player. Just a little bit greedy, not switched on to what's going on around him, and defensively as well. Yeah, that's fine. What's your order for tea, says the Hood? I'm definitely going to have a chicken tikka masala, garlic naan. I'm well in the mood for an Indian table.
Yes.
Don't know about... bad attitude, but could be a great player, says Cameron. Well, I'm not aware about the attitude thing with Madueke. I don't know anything about that. You only know that when you listen to Chelsea. Madueke is way too selfish, but his breakthrough runs are beneficial for us. It's a loan. I'm in the mood for your now as well. He is a good player, yes. Sometimes he tends to switch off, says Helen. And Neto should be starting over him. I mean, that's... I think Neto's a fantastic player. I don't know why. Again, to me, Chelsea seem to be a team that selects centre-backs and wingers, but neglects strikers and goalkeepers. It's like, oh, let's buy another winger, let's buy another centre-back, but let's not do anything with strikers and goalkeepers. It's weird. Are the two areas on the pitch that get you better results, because goals scored and goals conceded. But yeah, it's a weird thing about Chelsea, and you know, I think they've done a very good job in hindsight. The one thing I would applaud Chelsea on is their ability to bypass PSR and pump money in that nobody thought they would. I mean, I ridiculed it at the time. I was like, they're buying all these players, and how are they going to get away with it? And they have done. But I have always said, and the tweets are there and the videos are there, I've always said about Chelsea, you spend all this money on defenders and wingers and midfielders, and you don't buy a striker. And if you've spent $1 billion or $2 billion, I can't remember how much you've spent, it's not like the money wasn't there to go and buy a striker. You could have literally dropped 100 million on Napoli for Osman. You could have done it. You could have done the same with. You could do it at Newcastle with Isaac. You could have done it with. There's so many people that they could have done it with. They don't seem to want to do it, but they have got the money. Chris says, when did Man United beat Chelsea beat the club and their get out of jail card? And Luke says City seem to be a little bit better. Look, to be fair, the new signings have brought a little bit of impetus, especially Mamouche. Jordan says Madueke and Jackson are liabilities. Thank you very much for your super chats, by the way. We're reading those out. And Abraham with another super chat. He said, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I find it so odd how they're obsessed with buying hipster false nines and young unproven talents and paying loads for them, says Abraham. There is a potential shortage of top class strikers, if we're being completely honest. I think that's a fair comment.
Yes.
But on the other hand, there are plenty of strikers that you can go and get that are going to add to your options. Jimenez at Feyenoord, Mamouche has just gone to Manchester City. You could take up on a number of strikers like that around. I mean, Jokeres is another one, isn't he? Sporting. I'm sure Chelsea probably have some of that around the striker, but then again, I've said that really easy. Arsenal are in the same position, and
Onward.
Chelsea are in the same position as well. It's going to be very interesting to see
Oh, hell yes.
what they do, because you look at that first half, and I haven't seen the highlights shown again, but if Nicholas, it's not a great pass by Cole Palmer. I'm hopeful that they're going to show it, but if he's confident on his left foot, it's a tap in.
Yes.
And as a striker, he'd be practicing that sort of stuff. You know when when you're on the training ground and you're shooting, it's not always they don't teach you the perfect passes. They teach you the bouncy one, you know, the overhit one, because in a real game of football, it's not always going to be perfect. And he'd be scoring that chance at Cobham, but he's not confident enough. I think he thinks he's got time to get it on his right, but he hasn't. What's the news on Rashford? We're waiting to see. Chelsea seem to be getting praise lately, but 1.2 billion on this team is awful. Shocking value for money, of course. No, I think they've pulled away. I think Casino has grown into it. Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, Madueke, Sancho are all good additions to that Chelsea side from where they were a couple of years ago. I think it's the balance of signings they've made. I think the striker situation and the goalkeeper situation does cause them issues, and quite rightly you talk about that quite a lot. Some players just can't translate their training ground skills to high pressure matches, like we've done, and I'm hoping we're going to show this chance here. They're focusing on the centre, very predictable. This is it. I'm watching it back now. So look, plays it into Cole Palmer. It's slightly overhit by Cole Palmer, but yeah, it's a tap-in on your left. That is a tap-in on your left. His body's open. It's not even overhit. That is a tap-in on your left. If you watch that back again, which I'm going to do. Cole Palmer, mate, that's a tap-in on your left. That's not even overhit. That's a tap-in on your left. He could have hit a slower pass, but it's still a tap. Yeah. Tap it. Robert Sanchez is pony. I don't know what he does. I don't think he does anything massively wrong on the goal. It's it's the offside trap that causes this problem. I mean, look how high Cole will go. But yeah, that's just wow. Do you have to wear white trainers if you do analysis on Sky?
Why not?
Have they got shares in white trainers? What do you think of Ndia getting booked for doing a seagull celebration in front of the Brighton fans this Solskjaer?
Where's the
As long as he didn't get sent off. Terran says, what do you think of Mamouche so far? I like the look of him. Obviously heard a lot about him, hadn't watched a lot of him. Getting caught offside a hell of a lot, but that he can work on that. That's enthusiasm. I think he's got good balance. He's got good physicality. He's quick, and it's a Is it a tap-in on your left, Mark? Yes. What's the worst thing to happen in football in the last 8 days? In my opinion, I'm aware of goalkeeper was a goal, says Neil. Thank you very much, pal. Yeah, I don't. The playing out from the back has become a little bit tiresome, actually. So many mistakes happen. Of the opinion that, similar to you, I think
Your top tower is
playing out
under
from the back
attack.
is annoying. And I think it's becoming a little bit tiresome. Also, system football, you know, playing between the lines, playing the pass. I like people that take people on. I don't think we see that.
forward?
Being honest, I'm just thinking about Medina here. You can probably tell.
Oh, hell
Your
yes.
top tower is under attack. Our top tower is under attack.
you think's going to happen in the second half?
Onward.
Well, Man City are at home. They've got the momentum.
Yes.
And I'd fancy them to kick on second half. But Chelsea, the game, first 20 minutes was Chelsea's game. Last 20 minutes has been Man City's game. So the argument is, how do Chelsea create more chances? They look a little bit light up front, which is always their big problem. But they were creating chances, so they've got to get back. The midfield battle, the reason teams move up the pitch is because they have possession of the ball. Chelsea needs to get back and control the ball.
Wonders our wonder.
Onward.
Salmon team for that.
Oh, hell yes.
Probably making everyone else hungry.
Your top tower is under attack.
Are Man City still in the title race? Mate, you having a laugh?
You having a laugh? Has fallen.
Have you seen the league table?
Yes.
Do they look like Man City are back in a title race? I mean, even if you add 2 points onto that, it's 41. There'd be 12 off Liverpool, and Liverpool have got a game in hand.
To hell and back.
No. Maresca is about to pull out half-time masterclass here, says Abbott. Mamouche sounds like a Greek appetizer. This is Parker. Thanks very much for that. No, I mean, Man City, for a long time, I thought that Man City might be able to be the team to push Liverpool and Arsenal. But
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I don't. They're not going to do that. I've got the order ready. Ready to go.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Hell and back.
Good stuff. Oh, I'm going to get 2 golden arms. I'm starving.
Yes.
Your
Not for
bottom
me.
tower is
We'll be
under
sharing.
attack.
Not for you. Okay. Mark,
Why
do you
not?
think United's plan is to buy Dorgu now and buy Alvaro in the summer without having to pay more for Dorgu over the summer?
Very, very. I'm under attack.
Ipan is in attendance at the Etihad. He's a Norwegian sort of attacking young lad. So, to Man City.
To hell with
This one's
I bet they'll play about
Under attack.
5 million.
Your bottom tower has fallen.
Muani scored in his debut for Juventus. What's the score in that game? Because they're playing Napoli, aren't they?
prowling.
Unless he's going to Chelsea. Don't know. Okay.
Why not?
Players about to come out for the second half.
torn,
Oh, hell
torn from
yes.
ligaments. Meat hangs from the bone.
Onward. Oh, yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Is this the way to end? Whoa. A bit of news, by the way. Driving with Goldbridge is back next week.
Torn.
Just gonna leave that there.
Meat
Not done one for a
torn
year.
from
It's
blood
back.
and
We are 300 subscribers away from 295,000, by the way. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Also, don't forget to download and have a look at Sleeper. It's up on your screen there. This is a new relationship we have with an app from the United States. It's been very popular in NFL. It's a leader in like fantasy experience in NFL. You can play it in Champions League games for free and win real prizes. Check it out. It's really good. If you like fantasy experience and that, give it a go and give it a try. Links in the description or scan the QR code. Interestingly, just seen Sancho and Haaland there having a little bit of a hug. They're not in a relationship. Don't tell the Daily Mail, they'll run that. They used to play with each other at Dortmund, which I'm sure most of you would know.
Forward.
I'm just filling time because I've lost the live chat. No, that's not. I don't want to be on that one. Here we go. Man City. There we go. Any other watch-alongs this weekend? No. Will cocking with Goldbridge? That definitely won't happen. Only on any fans. Cooking with Goldbridge, I could bring it back. It takes a little bit more to figure it out. Are you worried about Paul Merson, Mark? I think he might be back on the drill. That's from Matt. No, I just... Which way are you going in the second half, everyone? I do think City might be able to do this.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yes.
Your tower is under attack.
When beggars die, the moon doesn't care.
Is Foden down the left-hand side?
Your bottom tower is under attack.
This one
Your bottom tower is under
Should
attack.
Man United have waited
Radiant
for the Bournemouth manager?
structures are fortified.
That's such a naive comment. I'm sorry, I think it is, because there's nothing wrong with the appointment of Amarim. Man United fans love Amarim, and he speaks sense, but the squad is terrible. What a touch by Madueke that was. He should have continued. He's overplayed that. It's a shame, because the first touch was good, but he should have committed with the second touch. Didn't back himself. We can't have Palmer being the attacker and playmaker as well. Our attackers need to step up to
Hell and back.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Forward.
Any other watch-alongs this weekend? Man United, Fulham tomorrow night. I mean, there is games tomorrow, but they're not really games that massively grab my, wet my whistle, so to speak. Palace, Brentford at 2, Tottenham, Leicester at 2, and then Villa, West Ham at 4:30. Nah, not interested in any of that. All due respect. Man United, Fulham, of course, will be on the United stand at 7 o'clock. Weird to have a 7 o'clock game, but not the end of the world.
Verily. Onward.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Man City are looking good here. Sanchez leads the ball through behind. I'd be very worried about that high line. Would you trade Palmer for Mainu? Better ceilings, says Sebastian. Look, for me, you're talking to the wrong person. For me, Manchester United is about developing youth. It goes back to the Busby Babes. It's what our identity is. You're not going to catch me trading in someone like Kobe Mainu for Cole Palmer, even though I know Cole Palmer's a better player. I still think what we stand for and what we are is more important.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Is Cole Palmer a better player? 100%. Yes, lads, UTV says we should beat West Ham comfortably, but we always make it difficult and more difficult than it should. Well, I think the league table at the moment looks intriguing, to be honest with you, in relation to that race for the top four. I think Man City will be there, but they've got to start winning games, starting with today, considering they've got Arsenal and Liverpool coming up in their next 4 games. So make bread while you can, and again, that's what, you know, if Man City win this game, I think Man City winning puts them ahead of Chelsea.
Yes.
Newcastle are up there, doing really, really well. And a win for Villa puts them in the mix again, doesn't it? There's this belief that Forest will drop off. Maybe that's a fair belief, maybe it's not. Cole Palmer into the box.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Box. Enzo Fernandez. Win the second ball. It's got a good tempo to it, this game.
To hell and back.
Here's Haaland. Good save, Sanchez. First real sniff Haaland's had. And it was a good save considering it was on his left foot. Do you think City spent because it was the last chance of Sebastian? There is a sense in that. But on the other hand, what if you get relegated and you've got all these players?
Radiant structures
Is
are
it not going to break you to let them all go?
tower
Cole Palmer, another way Sanchez on the back post, needs some support.
Your middle tower
Cucurella.
is under attack.
Hi Mark, I'm a United fan and Dortmund. Do you think Ten Hag will go to Dortmund? And if he does, do you think he'll do better than he did at United as OTD? I think, myself included, there's a lot of people that would love to see Ten Hag back in the game at a big club doing well. I don't know whether that's going to happen. Doku must be injured because he's not on the bench.
Your middle tower
See
is
this ending in a
being
draw.
denied. Your top tower is under attack.
Unless it's like a 3. I can't see it staying 0-0, basically.
Prowling.
Hey Mark, love you. As a Middlesbrough fan, it really bugs me when YouTubers or Big Six fans act like they're entitled to win everything. Not you though, says Jazza. I don't really have a lot of choice. Really, we're not entitled to win everything. John Stones is going to come on. I wonder if he's going to take off the young lad here. He's done all right for 52 minutes, hasn't he?
To hell and back.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Yes.
Off he goes. Pebbles comes on.
Barely.
Radiant's
Probably
curse
premeditated.
has been slain.
Onward.
Eric Ten Hag must buy Anthony and Onana from us for 200 million, says Parker. Be nice, wouldn't it? I don't think it's going to happen. There's a Chelsea player down injured at the moment. Been injured down for a while. Chalobah.
Oh, hell yes.
Poor old Eugene, he hasn't seen Poussey for ages. I think he's gone on loan.
I glow like the devil.
Sure he did.
Wow.
do. Apparently, the future of Man City's
Bile
defence.
and bluster.
I don't know. I'm just having a quick look there before the game kicked off again. But Anthony would be decent in the Bundesliga, says Marty.
Forward.
Challenger's back.
Like the devil.
Ten Hag will not go to Dortmund due to
hell
he will
yes.
stop receiving payment from Man United. Dortmund have to pay some salary for not losing money, says Ronnie. You might be right. I mean, I don't know. He will be receiving a lot of money from Man United. So he went to Dortmund, probably saved Man United a bit of money. But in Ten Hag as well, is money your god or is your career your goal? And if he waits and keeps earning money, the longer you're out the game, the less good the job you get. I mean, there's not many jobs out there that are going to be available for Ten Hag better than Dortmund. Dortmund's a cracking job. He's not likely to walk into the Barcelona job or the Real Madrid job or the,
slain.
Bayern Munich job in the next 2 years, is he? It's a nice ball by Sanchez. Get Neto on. This game's made for Neto.
Yes. Verily. To hell
Sancho
back.
really been able to aim a bit much. I mean, I'd bring a striker on, but they haven't got one.
Yes.
Arfat says, do you see Man City in the top 4 at the end of the
Where's
season?
the fight?
Look, from that point, 39 points, and they're only 2 points off top
Why
4,
not?
and you look at the manager, they've spent £150 million in the squad they've got. It would be criminal if Man City weren't in top 4 at the end of the season. It's only 2 points, and all the money was spent. But
They
you've still got to start winning
rage on,
games. Here's
mindless
Nicholas
to
Jackson,
the
you've got
power
to
of the
wait.
moon.
What's he doing? He's rubbish, mate. I think he slips, though. Wheatley to Walsall, do you think he'll do well? It's a shame. Hope so. I mean, he just messes this up here. What are you doing slipping on a bloody football pitch as well?
Yes.
How's your day been so far, says Lemsip. Not too bad, not too bad. Looking forward to my dinner. I'll tell you that. Very, very happy with the amount of people who've watched the video I put up today on the United Stand about the finances, because I think so many people don't actually understand it or speak about it. So
Onward.
the more people who watch that video, Screwed, why Ineos are destroying Man United, the better. You know, he's been sat next to me on a beanbag playing for the whole match. Never said a word. He's gonna stand up now. There he is. Look. Say hello.
Proud.
Never said a word. Oh, cat. Yeah. Let me see.
Stop till I tell.
He's well trained, you see. He's literally been there for the whole match. Just wouldn't know. Because he's got his bloody iPad, he's playing games on it. I'd love to see Ten Hag's fully back vision, says Keel. And Andre Gomez says, do you think we're going to send a new bid for Dorgo? 100%. We're not going to walk away from that.
yes.
Decide your fight or flight.
Nice ball. Ooh, that reminds me.
Your face.
I want beer from the fridge. Should have asked
Your
him.
top tower is under attack.
And back.
He can swear a little bit more now. Probably did let a few out, to be fair.
Yes.
It's funny though, because my daughter's at secondary school, never swears around the house at all. And
Oh, hell
she didn't know I was in the house the other
Curse
day.
the stupid
And she's having a breakfast, falling out with her sister. And she goes, you fucking bitch you are. And I walked in and I went, I can't believe you speak like that. I've never heard you do that.
Yes.
And then I was laughing because I was like, I used to be like that as a kid. I never used to swear in the house. I'd be in massive trouble. But from the age of about 9, I'd be like, F this, yeah, this is shit.
Why not? Yes.
Best midfield in the league, says Liverpool, Distress Wranglers. Although I do like Newcastle's midfield as well. Chelsea's isn't bad. And let's not forget that games have won and lost in midfield. So Bournemouth, Forest,
Dire structure.
and I've got to give I've never seen it. I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
Middle tower is
The
under
manager
attack.
rebuild a midfield in 2 months, and he did it. And I spoke a lot about it last season.
Middle tower is under attack.
The thing about that midfield, all that is very It's not just. It's the support acts of Endo
Your
and
top barracks have fallen. Your middle tower has fallen.
Curtis Jones, Harvey Price.
Your middle barracks are
Harvey
under
Elliott,
attack.
that has, I always get that wrong as
Your
well,
middle
that's,
barracks have fallen.
that provides that support. Newcastle's midfield is good though, Joel Linton. I'm pleased, we were talking about Tonali earlier, I'm happy about Tonali.
Your middle barracks have fallen.
I'd like to see him play in the midfield for Liverpool though, I think we all would.
This one stands to die. What power
People are complaining about the atmosphere. It's one thing you can't buy. But in fairness to Man City, this is Old Trafford as well. This is Anfield. This is the
The
Etihad.
enemy's
This is the
bottom
Emirates.
tower has fallen.
Modern football, it's very difficult to maintain
Your middle tower is
amazing
under
atmospheres
attack.
in the modern Premier League, because I think about when I was a lad and I went to Old Trafford for the first time in 1989, and the intimidation was unbelievable. It was like the atmosphere, the
will
felt
always
like
want
dangerous, and it was in the late 80s.
Structures are fortified.
But the vast majority of that
Your
crowd
middle tower is under
would
attack.
not be family friendly.
Your
Completely
bottom
different. And
tower
that
has
leads to a
fallen.
different atmosphere in the ground. And the
Your
Premier League
middle
has
tower is
become
under attack.
the most watched league in the world because it's not stereotypical.
Your bottom barracks are under attack.
You're going to get that in the ground. You're going to get a lot of people I mean, Man United, the amount of times on the United stand, or I'm getting messages from people saying, oh, I'm taking my lad up to his first ever Man United game. There's a lot of people there for the first time of that. People call it tourist fans. It's transient fans, that's what it is. It's fans that don't go every week, first time. Support the club. Going to watch Chelsea. Quite a lot of people there that aren't corporate side as well. Vast amount of corporate tickets. When I went to watching our Brentford, visiting nephew for the first game, he said was like, and we were in a room like a restaurant, and I'd say 90% of the people there, I'd say probably didn't support Man United. You could just tell it was corporate. Would you settle for an assistant manager role in the top 2 levels, or would you have to be the head coach? I think I'd like to be the head coach with a really good assistant. Football's got worse nowadays as well, says Cameron. Well, yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I've said that for a long time. I mean, I think the quality of the player is very, very different to what we had in the late 90s and the early 90s, you know. But that's, Pep Guardiola's got a lot to do with that, and his systematic football. He's created systems rather than individuals. That was greedy by Mamouche. He should have slipped in Foden. I'm stunned he didn't do it. Again, you've got a really good player in Mamouche, but he's just got to calm down a little bit. He's looking for that debut goal. Watch this. Good hold-up play by Haaland, and it's a simple pass to Foden, and it would have been 2-1. To be honest, actually, by the time he's controlled it, I don't know whether the pass is on. It looked obviously on, but I think he had to play it first time, and at the moment he takes a touch, I don't know whether the pass is on anymore. John says, how's that secret lab chair you use? I've got a bad back considering getting one. Love the channel. I actually used to have a really bad back sitting on a static chair. Having the ability to rock and roll does make a big difference. Here we go again. Haaland. What a goal. That is world class. 2-1. Chelsea's keeper's a prat. But you know what? Chelsea fans are going to be losing their shit. It's as simple as that. I've just tweeted it. I said, look, great finish by Haaland, but Chelsea's continual neglection of getting a top-class goalkeeper and striker is killing them week in, week out. And it has been for about 18 months. The keeper shouldn't be there. He's in the most stupid position. And people will say that's world-class by Haaland. But at the end of the day, is it? Is it really world-class? He looks up and the goalkeeper's miles off his fucking line for no reason. It's not that difficult for a player of that quality on his left foot to put it into what is effectively an empty goal. It's crap goalkeeping. I mean, Enzo Fernandez, you can see it. It's absolutely shit goalkeeping. And if you deep this game down, then you've got a goalkeeping error and a striker that can't finish a tap in on his left foot, and you're losing 2-1. And in games of this magnitude, those are big, big, big margins of error. You just said it was world class. Mate, unfortunately, I've got VAR. And I can see something first time and think something, and then when I watch it back, I'm like, yeah, it's a good finish by Haaland. He's a world-class striker, but I wouldn't call it a world-class finish when I watched it back, because I'm like, what the fucking hell is the goalkeeper doing? It's an open goal. Not knocking Haaland, it's a good finish, but it's not a world-class finish because the goals are, it's an open goal. I did say, oh God. Move on. Low IQ people in the chat. Video title later. Chelsea need to sack the manager and get rid of Sanchez, says Cameron. And Kenneth says, according to Simon Jordan, Cole Palmer looks like Plug out of the Bash Street Kids. You can't be having a pop at somebody because of how they look. What did I say, Mark? They need to go for Ramsdale, says RB. And Hyan says, why is Mark clapping for City? Because it was a good finish by Haaland. But in hindsight, shooting into an empty goal for a world-class striker probably ain't as good as I thought it was. Hey, win, lose or draw. I said Man City win. Robbie said a draw.
Tell you what, that's going down. That is going down lovely.
I used to love reading the Beano as well, Pavan. I nearly got the annual. They still do it. Anglo-Saxon says, I'm not a Man United fan. I first visited Old Trafford when I was 15 with some talented football lads. Sir Bobby talked to us. Great memory. Football, says Anglo-Saxon. Lovely memory, yeah. I don't watch Chelsea enough to know, but I do get the feeling they don't like Sanchez. Madueke surely offside there. Hey, he needs to make some subs here. Has he made any subs? De Bruyne's coming on. And Kunku for Jackson. 61 minutes. Never even bloody noticed that. Surely you get Neto on. John says, random question. Do you watch Carwow or Matt Watson? Would be really good, cool seeing you all doing a collab. No. I honestly don't want to be offensive, but never heard of them. So Carwow's is about cars. Sancho off, Neto on, Gusto on, James off. De Bruyne's coming on for Mamouche. Look, he looks lively. Thanks for all your super chats tonight, by the way. Appreciate that. I think we've read all of those out, which is always important. Grealish sat on the bench, cheerleader. It's, you know what, I said it's at half time, and it's a prime example of what can happen when you're away from home. I've watched so many games now, as I'm sure many of you have, and you get to see patterns. And you know when Nicholas Jackson doesn't score that goal, what you instantly say that's probably going to come back and hurt Chelsea. Reminds me of my introduction into that was England against Argentina '98. Michael Owen scores that goal to put us 1 goal ahead, and then literally the next big chance was Paul Scholes and he missed it. And if we'd scored that goal, we'd have won that game and not got knocked out. And I think in this game, if Nicholas Jackson scores that second goal, Chelsea win the game. And those moments in these games are why you need a better goalkeeper than Sanchez and a better striker than Nicholas Jackson. Because, yeah, it's all fine and well doing it against West Ham, but when it really matters, that inability to be that clinical or that reliable will cost you. And to be fair, look, Nicholas Jackson should score that, but at the other end, your goalkeeper running out for a ball he shouldn't be running out for and then not being in his goal is criminal as well. Wyatt Mitchell says, we've mixed feelings of Sanchez. He makes world-class saves, but then makes a mess up that an under-14 wouldn't make. And Nacho says, Brother Mark, who you got going to the Super Bowl? Chiefs and Eagles. I think will be the final. I think that's the best final if you want somebody to beat the Chiefs as well. I can't see the Commanders doing it. Commentary towards Kusanov is too harsh, says Logan Smith. Mate, I'm no Man City fan, but he's a young kid making a debut. Made a couple of big mistakes at the start of the game and then didn't do anything wrong afterwards. I remember Vidic and Evra. Bloody hell. Vidic and Evra's first game was a bloody nightmare and they went on to be legends. People are too harsh and critical on new signings and young players. We're terrible at it at United. Sanchez or Onana? Let's do it. I mean, I was just waiting for somebody to do it. I was never going to do it, but either or. Sanchez. Onana.
Yes, people, the rumours are true. Turkish has gone to Turkey. I'm back now, I'm in London, but I was in Turkey, people. And as you can see, it's time to trust another process. The hell, it's you know, it's still fresh, but I can't lie. I'm liking where this could go. I'm leaving this season with a trophy or a hairline. Trophy or a hairline. I added something else into the bag. I told Matisse last season, in 18 months, major trophy. A hairline's up there with Champions League people. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. So this season, hairline or Champions League. As you can see, there's still a bit of swelling. Don't mind that, people. But it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. Don't watch the corners, they're coming, don't worry. Had to go full bald for this. Oof, the fade's gonna be strong in 8 months. It's gonna be strong in 8 months. And people thought I was hiding. There's no hiding, people. A vlog is coming out. I vlogged the whole thing. Not only did I vlog the whole thing, I brought the most lethal editor in the game with me. Skullfuggery was there. There's no hiding. In fact, they ruined the surprise. Released a couple social clips. It's out there now. So here I am, match reaction, new hairline. To be continued. Give it about 6 to 8 months.
All right, everybody, 30 seconds.
But look out for the vlog. That should come out in the next 4 weeks or so. Big up a lit hair for that. I'm leaving here with Sutton. Hairline or trophy. Sutton. And we left Molyneux with Sutton too. And we are going to get onto that, people. Before we get onto that, obviously, one more quick flash of the trust the process hairline. Inshallah, this goes well.
History will be made on this day. Not actually.
And obviously Proton VPN. Go scan the QR code, people. They can't save your hairline, but they can save your data. They can save your privacy. They can keep you protected. They can't do this. But not everyone needs this. Everyone does need a VPN though. So go show Proton some love, people. What are you doing? Click the link in the description. Click the link in the pinned comment. Or just scan the QR code. Like I said, you scan that, you ain't getting this, but you're getting everything else. Everything else, data secure, privacy secure, safety secure. If you want this, look out for the vlog. But if you want to be safe and secure, shout out Proton VPN people. Go show them some love right now. We're a few minutes in already, but I thought those things had to, you know, come first. And let's talk about Wolves Arsenal, guys, because it was a game of controversy yet again. But at least this game of controversy didn't end up with drop points, but more drop points. Especially without a signing 3 and a bit weeks into January. It wouldn't have looked good, people. It wouldn't have looked good. But we pulled it out the bag. We pulled it out the bag. So let's get into it. I mean, 10 minutes in, Wolves had the best chance of the best chance of the opening 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Sarabia, volley, probably should have got it on target. Great ball by Semedo. Great ball by Semedo over the defence. It wasn't a bad attempt by Sarabia, but he should be focusing on getting that on target instead. Side foot effort just over, wasn't the worst effort, but should be on target at the very least. And 10 minutes after that, crossing to the box for us, and Havertz wins a header. I'm not going to say he should have scored this, but I think he should have been doing better, considering he had the beating of the defender, considering he was the taller of the two as well. He just hit it wide of the right post, and you know, I know a few people coupling up that chance and the one that comes a few minutes there that we're going to discuss and say, you know, both gilt-edged. I wouldn't call this one gilt-edged, but the next one, and we're going to talk about that, people. We're going to talk about it right now because it was a great passage of football. Saliba into Ranieri, because at that moment Wolves were pressing very well. Saliba plays it into Ranieri, breaking the lines. Ranieri, one touch, turn into Rice. Rice, couple strides out to Trossard, and Trossard with an exquisite ball. Exquisite ball with his weaker foot, left foot. Havertz onside, goal gaping. Oh shit. That's how vexed I am. Nearly smashed up the whole set. The goal was gaping. And I was thinking, I was about to whack. I was this close. Maybe going a bit too far there, but I thought there's nothing else but the net bulging at this point. Header. You see how I said Sarabia should have made sure that was on target? Havertz should have made sure that was in the bottom corner. In fact, he made sure it was on target instead, whereas that opportunity, broski, it's yours. You're free. Not a defender in sight. You got the march on them. Bury it. Bury it. He didn't bury it. And you know what that can lead to. We've seen what it's led to before. Missed chances in general, not just Kai before. To Havertz get onto me again. He's not the only one, but again in this game, you know, he could have been putting us 1-0 up. He could have been putting us 1-0 up. And really, the next big event of the half was the sending off. Before that sending off, though, another free kick just outside the box, central. I think it was Rice that won it. Why are 4 or 5 players talking about it? Wasting another minute. 4 or 5 players are talking about a free kick that you can only shoot. You can only shoot from that position. But they're talking about it, deliberating, and guess what? The guy that steps up shoots. Surprise, surprise. Not a bigger surprise as this, but you know, hopefully you can sense the sarcasm. But Ranieri, poor free kick into the wall, cleared, and you just wonder why we wasted 90 seconds talking about a free kick that really all that was needed was he's taking it, leave him to it. That's all those free kicks need, but we don't have a great free kick taker in terms of shots on goal. We've got set piece takers in Rice and Saka in terms of getting the ball into key areas, but free kicks direct, not so much. Hence why one day it's Odegaard, another day it's Ranieri, another day Partey, Trossard. I mean, you know, they've all had a bit of a go to not much success. Our last free kick still remains Odegaard against Burnley 2.5 years ago. I know Saka scored a direct free kick, but that was more of a cross. Was that in the Champions League? I think so. Anyway, I just had to get that in there. Didn't cost us today, but like I said, the red card, disgrace. Poor ball into the box corner. I think it was Rice, headed out. Trossard, I won't say loses out on the duel, but could have been a bit more tough in that moment. It breaks out. Doherty, one touch. Listen, it's a fast break, but there's nothing in front of Doherty. Doherty's not exactly Adama Traore, and Lewis Skelly just cuts across him. And you've seen that 6-7 times a game throughout the history of football. From the top level professional ballers to Sunday, Saturday league ballers. Your players getting out, cut across it. Now I'm seeing arguments about the studs, ankle. No, he just tripped him up. He just tripped him up, and Lewis was walking away as if to say, I know it's a yellow card, ref, just give it to me and let's keep it moving. This Michael Oliver pulls out the red. Pulls out the red. And then this VAR comes back and says, the initial contact was above the ankle, so deemed serious foul play. Remember that. The initial contact was above the ankle, so deemed serious foul play. Just remember those words, because as I was watching it live, that was the sentence on VAR. But red card, disgrace, 10 men. Fuck the PGMOL. You know what it is already. Not the first time, not the last time. I'm tired. Didn't cost us today. Thank God we moved. Half time, Ranieri off. Shame. Calafiori on. But I guess something had to be done. And really and truly, the second half didn't have much in it for the first 15 minutes. 60 minutes in, Hwang had a shot from outside the box. It was going in, but it was a comfortable save for Raya too. He fumbled it a little, but he caught the second ball. Got on top of it. And a few minutes after that as well, actually a few minutes after that is when it was Rice, free kick, edge of the box, crosses it in. Havertz, another header. In my opinion, a better chance than his first chance, but not a better chance than his second chance. This one he should be getting on target. This one, in my opinion, is a big chance for a striker that's known or is praised for aerial ability and duel winning and all this stuff. Come on. 3 headers that essentially, you know, you are the favourite in. Each one lets us down. At this point it's still 0-0, but you can imagine the thoughts. Havertz missing chances, Arsenal down to 10 men, Wolves kind of getting into it because straight after that a corner came in for Wolves. It broke out to Cunha and straight after that, the corner came from an opportunity for Cunha already. It broke to him outside the box. He moves Havertz out the way, takes a shot. I think Gabriel deflects it, and Raya makes a great save. Obviously, considering the deflection, it was a great save. Out for a corner. The corner comes in. Great corner in the mix. It lands to Cunha. I look at that, and if he's an Arsenal player, I'm saying you should be doing much better. Get it on target at the very least. I know when it's slowed down, the connection ain't the best, but it lands pretty sweetly to Cunha. And if you ask, you know, any Wolves fan player who you'd want that to drop to, it probably would have been Cunha. Doesn't get the best of contact, trickles wide. We caught life in that moment. We caught life in that moment. Back-to-back opportunities for Wolves, which, you know, with 10 men at that time and 3 chances missed, I was thinking the worst. I was thinking, how am I going to do this match reaction? I have to show the hairline, I have to promote Proton, and it's more drop points. This one's going to be an all-timer, but people might still say it's an all-timer. That's the process. Hairline of trophy 2025. 1 or 2. It's 66 minutes. Sorry, I got notes here, but just to remind me. But 66 minutes. Havertz breaks into the Wolves half. 2 defenders in front of him. Does well. Lays it off to Martinelli, who's got space, but his touch. Oh my God. And at that time, 10 men. Wolves are getting into it. They're not putting it on us, but they're having opportunities. That was a moment where you're thinking, it's 2-on-2 here. You're running onto the ball. Make something of this.
Killing spree.
Makes nothing of it. First touch into the defender. I think it was...
Good on
Was it Semedo that made the tackle? I forgot who made the tackle. Anyway, we should have done better with that. But 4 minutes later, João Gomez, who, to be honest, lucky for him in the first few minutes of the second half, he actually kicked the ball away. But no, realised what he'd done so quick. He kicked that ball as he did. He picked up the other one and gave it to Rice, I think it was, for the free kick. So he got away with it. But this one now, I want you to remember what VAR said about Lewis Skelly. I'm even going to remind you. But this second yellow for Gomez equals a red card. Second yellow. When you watch the Gomez tackle back, much more aggressive and excessive force than the Lewis Skelly one. Does anyone deny that here? If you do, let me know in the comments. But let me go back to the reasoning for Lewis Skelly. The initial contact was above the ankle, so deemed serious foul play. Imagine, serious foul play. Now, VAR's reasoning for allowing the second yellow to stand, making it a red card. Yellow correct as excessive force not used. What? PGMOL, my hairline's new and I think today has pushed it back a little more. I might need to shout a lip hair again, but the way things are moving, man ain't stress-free. Man ain't stress-free. Yellow correct as excessive force not used. My man went straight into him. Straight into him. Lewis Skelly cut across. But it is what it is. At that point, 10 versus 10, there's still 20 to go, plus injury, let's say 25. All evens. And to be honest, even with 10 men, it wasn't like Wolves really took the game to us. I could see their manager quite pissed off about that, but it is what it is. 74 minutes in, Martinelli ball in. Oh yeah, this was the goal, sorry, 74 minutes in. Martinelli's ball in, decent ball in. Over Havertz, headed out by the defender now. Look at this finish from Calafiori. Our left back, our centre back that's playing left back, that's just come into the league, that's had an injury-riddled season. Look at that finish and composure. Similar in finish and composure to the Man City one, but very different in terms of application, if that makes sense. The ball headed out, he gets over it, he hits it low, sweet, controlled, first time, bottom corner, in off the post. Beautiful finish. That's one of our best finishes of the season. Considering the difficulty of it, and considering how much in control Calafiori was in that time. You could see it. He just knew what he wanted to do. Keep it low, strike it sweet, and just control that into the bottom corner. To be honest, Havertz tried to actually flick it, and if he did, probably would have been saved by Sarr because he was so close. Havertz misses it, and it just nestles in. And at that moment, I'm saying yes. Yes, hairline. Yes, Proton. Yes, Arsenal. Because at that point, it's 3 points. Surely we can't throw it away there. And as much as the game was petering out, there was one moment, one lap, where Sarr, long ball, at Nouri over the shoulder of, was it Saliba? I forget the defender, I'm going to say Saliba. Runs onto it. Very good first touch. It's not that Martinelli, you know, if it was that Martinelli, he would have been straight into Raya. Very good first touch. Opens up the opportunity for himself. Raya comes rushing out. You see Akinori trying to lob in, doesn't get the best of contact, still on target. And sometimes when you don't get the best of contact, it can throw a keeper off. It didn't. Raya made the save, and I can't lie, that was a couple saves in the game that Raya made that, again, were important. You know, Raya's made multiple saves over this season. He has been the top 3 player for us. Top 3 player for us this season. It goes under the radar, but the amount of saves he's made in tight games, in big moments. You know, like at 0-0 with the Cunha deflected one and 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go. You know, if that goes in, you know what it's going to be 10 men behind the ball or 9 men behind the ball. And anytime that's happened against us this season, we've struggled because we don't have the resources in attack. Odegaard being out already, Ranieri having come off at half time. If they had got back into it that late on, probably would have been a draw. So big up Raya again for helping save us points, and big up Calafiori for coming on and showing a few of our attackers how to finish. So composed in